What's up, guys? We're here with a second place Purrely deck profile with Alex at Locals. You lost to Water today.
Yeah, I lost to Mermail, and then I lost to Razi in Stress, but aside from that.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about Purrely? This is Purrely Fiendsmith, by the way. If you guys have not seen a Purrely Fiendsmith, this is a very different way of playing the Fiendsmith pile. Probably a lot cheaper than it is with other stuff. You know, you only have to play one tract and lots of lurries. So that's kind of pretty cool here. Why did you choose this today?
I just wanted to have a little bit of fun, you know. In Master Duel, it's fine. And here, it's probably not as good, but it's okay. Like I bought the Fiendsmith card, so I want to play it before I'm gone.
Fair enough. He's leaving for Locals for a bit after this. Before we dive on in, over to Like, Comment, Shop. You love this deck. Any shout you want to give before we dive on in?
Yeah, shout out to all the boys, shout out to Locals, shout out to the channel, Team Solemn Circus, and yeah.
Yo, show us what you got.
Sure. So again, the same 21 cards have not changed unless cards will come off the ban list. I don't know why they're not, but it's gonna be the same 21 Purrely main deck cards until they unban stuff. So 2 of each cat, 2 white, 2 black.
They are at 3, but
Yeah, playing 3, you don't want to draw them as normal summons because then the field spell doesn't protect them. So I think 2 and 2. I don't think that'll change for a while. And then yeah, you play every quick play spell that you can. So there's 3 pretty, 3 happy, and then 2 delicious and 2 sleepy.
Again, come back to 3.
Yeah, max out. And then the other spells, you play 3 field spell, and then 3 my friend. Again, we're maxing out on everything aside from the monsters and the trap, which we only play 1 of. So 21 Purrely cards should not change until they unban stuff. But yeah. Next, Fiendsmith stuff. 1 track, 2 engraver, and 3 lurry. Again, lurry. If you get any of the spells, you discard lurry, summon, and go Fiendsmith combo.
Yeah, it's essentially free Fiendsmith combo with the lurry.
Yeah, it's just a free discard engine that you can use. And 2 and 1. You could play like 3 and 2. Again, I don't like playing 3 engraver in 1 track, and I know a lot of other people don't, because if you draw the track and engraver instead. And I'm not playing Lacrima or the trap, so I think 2 and 1 is fine. You could play a bigger engine if you wanted, but I wanted to fit at least 12 non-engine. I'm fitting 13 actually, 12 hand traps. But yeah, these 6 cards, you can play a bigger package if you want. And then for hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Fua, 12 hand traps. You can play whatever 12 you want. Again, if you think Imperm or Veiler might be good at Locals, go for it, but I just personally don't think those are really good right now.
Yeah, Droll and Nib are very high impact. A lot of times, like, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to play in my main deck, but being able to cover both of them are really huge. Like, these are all the super generic ones.
Yep. And then just 1 call by.
This is 40 cards or 41
40.
cards?
40.
Okay. Yep. So 13 non-engine is pretty nice, but the 1 call with the grave. No talents or crossout in this.
You could if you want, but like again, I won't play 12 hand traps and then one like non-engine like power spell, which is that you could play like a talent or crossout. You can make a couple changes if you wanted, but I just want to play 12 and then I have 1 extra spot, so I just doing call by,
Fair enough.
Never hurts.
Is there a hand trap that you're most worried about in this deck?
Oh, Impulse. This deck became unplayable after Impulse. And with Malice being like the best deck in the upcoming format, I don't think this deck would play well much longer. I just want to play at least once, with the Fiendsmith stuff, because I bought the Fiendsmith stuff and timed it right with Allen release. Because I get to play with the Locals before like everyone gets all the March hairs and, plays Malice, and then I cry.
Fair enough. Well, you got second place, so it's pretty nice that you did end up doing that there.
Luckily, all the Malice players went to YCS Providence, or Rhode Island, so.
Or not here,
yeah. So, pretty nice. And then for the Purrely XYZ monsters, so since you're playing the Fiendsmith stuff, a lot of this, extra deck has been dedicated to that, as always. So if we're playing 1 of each small cat, and then 1 big Noir. 1 change I would make the extra deck is probably play the second one of these, because it came up twice, but I still end up, doing fine, but probably should play 2 Noir. But yeah, 1 of each, and then 1 Noir right now. And then Fiendsmith stuff, I got the 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, Caesar, Desiree, and Necrocrypt, pretty standard. So I started to play the Fiendsmith stuff, because if you end on Desiree, you don't lose Impulse, you can just Desiree it. But again, sometimes Caesar's better in certain decks, right? But again, I unless I know what they're on and know that Caesar's better, I try to end on Desiree so I can, negate the
So it's
impulse.
all to stop that impulse, eh?
Yeah, exactly. The impulse to trap, you just kind of lose. You sit on, get 2 draws, and that's it. It doesn't do anything else.
It's kind of like how in live twins, you want to end in Caesar so you can stop them trying to stop your live twin play. So I like that a lot. The secondary package that you end up using first
Yeah,
sometimes.
for those 5 cards, I think it's fine. And then flex spots, 1 Nightingale, 1 Downer, 1 Zeus. This would be cut for a second Noir. If I were to place again. And then Relinquish Anima and SP. Playing Lurie with this, it's really nice because you can just go into Anima with Lurie and then just make an SP if you really need to, right? So, good stuff.
Pretty tight extra deck, makes sense to me.
Yep. Maybe play Typhon if you want, but I think that's fine. And then, yeah, 3 Lancea for Malice and other Crystron, any other decks that banished from the grave. 3 Phantasme. I honestly thought this would be a lot more Malice. Drawing into stuff you need to beat Malice, this is really good. But it wasn't as many Malice here today, which is nice. So this basically didn't come up all today, but if Malice becomes the best deck, Phantasme should be considered for sure. This doesn't do much against the other projected best decks right now, like Mitsu, like Razio, but again, if it's mostly going to be Malice at your locals, Phantasme is worth the spot, And then Board Breakers, 2 Storms, 1 Duster, generically good,
You can just discard them off your Purrely cards if you already used Nib on the field, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. And then 3 Dark Ruler. Most Purrely decks play Dark Ruler, any format. You want to negate the monsters and hit stuff with Happy Search, so.
How did you play against Mystery Rival today?
I did.
Did you end up Dark Ruler no more in them at all?
No, I just do draw, but
okay.
I think this would do the same job, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's really good against the deck, unless they have trap and then.
Yeah, for sure, but. And then 3 Judgment. Again, stops the impulse. So rather play Silver Strike.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, the deck looks pretty compact and it's sweet. Hopefully you do play again this deck and it doesn't come completely unplayable with Impulse and Malice running around rampant. But congratulations on your second place win today.
Thank you.